Hey everyone, and welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Derek Bittner, and I'm joined today by Serebii's Joe Merrick to discuss both the Team Rainbow Rocket and overview trailers for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So let's get started, because, well, let's be honest, Joe, there's nothing to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It's just more of a rehash. What really makes it stand out from anything else, am I right?
Absolutely, I was just going to copy and paste the Sun and Moon folder of my site and just rename it, just to get the coverage done.
Boy, are they making people shut up now. I mean, you always suspected this. They were starting out light, it's the third version and all that. It's hard to drum up, and as you pointed out before, most of the trailers for Sun and Moon originally, and the reason that we got so many was just Pokemon after Pokemon.
Yeah.
And now, you know, with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we gotta really focus on the gameplay instead. I'd say if people weren't hyped already for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, this one probably did it for them.
Yeah, because this one it plays perfectly with every single Pokemon player's nostalgia. Whether you started in Gen 1, Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, it hits the mark every time. And I just can't help but think, why wasn't this here last year when it was the 20th anniversary? Because this is everything coming together. This is a celebration. And yet, here it is a year late.
Go figure. Maybe they're keeping in line with the 20th anniversary of the anime. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, maybe.
What kid did not think of the anime when they saw Giovanni with the Mewtwo?
Oh my god, I've been waiting for that for so long.
It just feels so appropriate.
It's just brilliant.
Mm-hmm. So let's actually go over Rainbow Rocket here. You know, say what you will about the name. It makes sense to you. Like once I looked on the website and saw like, oh, Rainbow Rocket basically consists of everybody from every team. Which I'm not sure how that works out canonically, because didn't something happen to Lysander and like Cyrus that like they're not around anymore?
Just multiverse it, you know, for every single possible outcome there is an alternate universe for it, so let's just go with that and just say, yeah, it's canon, yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Thank you, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, for putting that out there. Which, speaking of, I mean, the biggest shock is that they are going with the classic designs for Archie and Maxie rather than the redesigns for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, and that really is very interesting, especially since, based on the trailers, it seems like every one of the leaders has got a Mega Evolution, because you get to see the Mega Evolution glow around them, and I'm assuming that's Mega Evolution, just like the Keystone lighting up. Mm-hmm. And we see someone using a Mega Gyarados, probably Lysander, because he has one. And we see a Mega Mewtwo Y being faced off against, so presumably Giovanni's Mega Mewtwo will evolve. Mewtwo will Mega Evolve.
Yeah, that would be a solid assumption. I mean, I could see you know, Archie and Maxie having their Mega Evolutions from their games.
And it showed Cyrus having a Houndoom Mega Evolves. Makes
sense, yeah. So Mega Evolution is getting pushed back into the forefront this time around. We're actually going to get to see the Z-Moves versus Mega Evolution, so that'll be fun.
That definitely will be fun. I mean, Mega Evolution did kind of get a backseat last year. People were thinking it was just going to be scrapped. But no, it's back and bigger than ever, even allowed in VGC next year. So
that's good.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, it's so interesting to see them all working under Giovanni. Like, I love how all these separate guys like have these major plans, and like, yeah, let's form under the crime boss. That seems like the best idea. Like, he's the most important out of all of us, right?
Absolutely.
So, although he might be the most powerful just because he's a gym leader, and
he's got Mewtwo.
And he's got Mewtwo. That is also very true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely cool to see them all come back. I know a lot of people are making fun of the Rainbow Rocket design and everything, but I kind of dig it. You know, it makes it stand out. It's interesting. It shows the combination. It wasn't like Pokemon Rainbow. One of the things people wanted to see, like, go to all the different regions and stuff like that. I feel like that was something.
Yeah, and the code name for Pokemon Sun and Moon was Pokemon Niji, which is the Japanese word for rainbow, and I probably completely mispronounced that. But
hey, I do it all the time. It's all right. You know, whenever I get to the analysis, I got to say each Legendary's name, and I know I'm going to screw up a couple of those.
The interesting thing about Rainbow Rocket, though, is not only that it seems like they take over the Aether Foundation, the Aether Paradise, but they also seem to take over the Festival Plaza.
I did not see enough to see I'm still in the middle of analyzing everything, but I did not see them taking over the Festival Plaza. I did notice that they took over Lucamine's mansion at the Ether Paradise. I don't know whether it's just the mansion or anything else like that, but I also saw a little scene from the overview trailer where there was like an ultra wormhole above the Ether Paradise, but I'm not quite sure if that's from the initial time or before Rocket takes over or something like that. I don't know what's going on here.
And I think that's best. People always say, oh, we know too much, and we might know too much here, but we know the things, but we don't know why. Mm-hmm. And that's the best thing, because that's what we're going to discover. And it was the same with Sun and Moon. We knew, yeah, Ultra Beasts, but we didn't know why the Ultra Beasts were a thing. And then we learned why. We learned that Lucamine was, crazy. And
very crazy, yes. No, it's exciting. I like to see this, and it definitely seems to be post-game for Rainbow Rocket.
Yeah, you can tell by the levels of the opponents. They're like mid to high 60s.
Yeah, they're very high level. Plus, there's a scene where you're obviously fighting within Rainbow Rocket's Ether Mansion, and you're using Ho-Oh and Lugia. I'm pretty sure unless you transfer them in, there's no way you can have those unless you're able to go to the Ultra Wormholes, and that's definitely a post-game thing.
Yeah, and also Lily is she'd be in her new look towards the end of the game before the post-game anyway, but she's in that look as well. Yeah,
so all signs point to that as another post-game thing, which, if they're keeping up the whole Ultra Beasts side quest and now Rainbow Rocket, we're actually gonna get a pretty meaty post-game in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. I think people are still, a bit grumpy that we don't have a battle frontier. We've got the battle agency, but we still don't have a battle frontier, and that will always make people grumpy.
I guess so. I never fully got into the battle frontier, to be honest. Maybe it's because I like getting, experience from each of my battles, but it wasn't entertaining me to just go battle after battle with no real reward, and I think I kind of lost interest in the battle frontier. Great that people enjoy that, but it's not a huge loss to me if we don't have it. I like more story-based stuff afterwards, like let's expand the universe, let's do crazy situations, and that's what they're doing, and I kind of like that. What do you think about the battle agency, though?
I think it's definitely very interesting. It's Return of a Battle Factory, and Battle Factory is one of the battle facilities which you can do even if you're not the best at training. Mm-hmm. Because you get whatever Pokemon you want. And having it interlink with Festival Plaza, I know a lot of people are going to be grumpy about that.
Yeah,
but if it encourages social interaction, which is a big part of Pokemon, contrary to what people believe, it's going to help. And people are going to say, add me, let's interact, let's get more Pokemon for our battle agencies.
Yeah, and it's a good idea. It's a nice way to get people to just interact and do everything. I still don't fully know what the Team of 3 is all about, since it's still one-on-one battles.
Yeah, I don't think that has been clarified, really. I didn't see anything on the English site. I will just quickly check the Japanese site.
Yeah, I looked at the English site and got nothing out of it. All I know is that you got a team of 3, you have cool shades, and you get to pick rental Pokemon, including Legendaries, which, boy, does that give me a stadium vibe.
That's standard battle frontier.
Yeah.
Yes, that's just how it goes. You get all your sub-legendary Pokemon. You don't get the full legendaries like Groudon or Mewtwo or Rayquaza or Mythicals, but you get the sub-legends, and that's fine. That's all you need, really. Some of them are pretty brutal. Just look at Pheromosa. That hits so hard.
Yeah, that is true. So, it's cool. It's a lot of extra content, plus seemingly everything you had before in Sun and Moon. So, that's great. I like the idea of that. I was like, I already really enjoyed Sun and Moon. Now let's just make it even more so. Just tons of other stuff in there to just expand upon it and honestly make this the definitive version. Like, there's no way these aren't the definitive ones.
This is the most changed and enhanced version ever to have happened. I know I've said that before, but it keeps getting even truer.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't believe there's ever been another... I know there's been plenty of Pokemon games in the past where there's been a lot of Legendaries from the past games to collect and catch. But this is, I think, the first one that has basically all previous Legendaries.
Yeah, I calculated, and unless I missed one, we're at 55 legendary Pokemon available between Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon, and that's just the ones we know. If there's more being shown as a new Ultra Beast, then it'll be higher.
Yeah, it's insane. Just every single legendary popping in there and being able to catch, and it's also cool. Like, some are exclusive to Ultra Sun, some are exclusive to Ultra Moon. Sometimes you need both Pokemon from both sides in order to unlock the third one, which is interesting, and also, again, pushes that level of interaction between players, or, you know, break out the Pokemon box in order to get that.
Yep.
Sort of thing. But I like that. I like when they make the old legendaries available so you can catch them. And
yeah, it's something that they've now kind of put themselves in a corner that they have to do, because each generation there's this special symbol. Like, there was the blue pentagon in XY and Doras, and now there's the black clover, and that means that the Pokemon can be used in competitive formats. And VGC requires all Pokemon to have the black clover, and so if they wanted the Pokemon to be usable on these official formats, then they'd need to have it available natively in Generation 7 games. So yeah, expect this to happen whenever there's a new generation and we're into the next game from the initial game.
I mean, it makes sense, and I mean, it's cool to like just see them pop up again and be able to catch them. And I mean, they even made a point of saying every form that these legendary Pokemon have are in the game as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of forms.
Yes, it is. It is quite ridiculous how much we have to catch in this game, and
isn't gotta catch them all.
Fun? Oh yeah, totally, totally. I haven't done that since Gen 2.
Oh dear.
Oh goodness, but yeah, I mean, really, I don't have a lot to say about this other than just everything looks awesome. I mean, nothing about any of this strikes me as, ooh, I should be worried about this. No, it's just all great extra stuff. Do you have any concerns?
Only one, but it's a bit of a personal concern. Because it seems that you're going to these different areas to get the legendary Pokemon. My concern is if they're areas that already exist in the games, like if you're going to Cerulean Cave for Mewtwo or Whirl Islands for Lugia, that just breaks my entire database concept. I have to recode the entire thing for it. Oh
goodness. You gotta add in, like, okay, there's an ultra wormhole here that you could pop in and get that way.
Yeah, it's because I separate it by each generation, and having just not entire regions, but just random sections being in Generation 7, it would screw things up a bit. But it's fine, it's fine. I do have a small concern that all the areas seem to just be small areas, small corridors where I'd like to explore. It's like, it doesn't have to be a big cave, but a small cave to get to the legendary.
Yeah, that would be really cool, especially like you said, if it is Cerulean Cave, let us catch a few Pokemon that were available in the Cerulean Cave. I mean, they're not technically in Ultra Space, they're just in another part of the world. We just happen to go through an Ultra Wormhole to get there. That'd be
exactly.
Cool.
And that could even counter the problem of getting Cantonian, Raichu, Exeggutor, and Cubone. Because you cannot get them Gen 7 native whatsoever.
I know there was a screenshot that said, I think on the Pokemon website, there was like, you've arrived at a place like 1,400 light years away. I'm like, what? That is a insane distance.
That's pretty far.
It's a good thing we can breathe. Oh goodness, but it just goes to show how Pokemon really is a kid's fantasy, like with all the crazy things that could happen, and you know, like we went this many light years away, and that, you know, this is possible, and isn't it so cool?
Whereas we're thinking 1,400 light years away. Oh, that's that planet. I know where that is.
Yeah, like actually,
that's where Clefairy's from.
There you go. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? Actually go that far away. Oh, the origin of Clefairy. What do you know? November is a crazy month. There's a lot of big releases, but it's pretty obvious that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are going to stand out. And, you know, as you said, the third versions never sell as well as the original ones, but this does seem like just a great value, especially if you skipped out on Sun and Moon.
Yeah, it definitely does. I'm really excited to see what else they're going to show us next week.
Yeah, that is the crazy thing, is they have even more to show us on the 10th, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought that this would be like their final thing, and they're like giving their biggest, massive reveal for it. And now we've got one more before launch, and it's like, huh, what are they hiding from us?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the thing with the beady eyes in the backgrounds of the cover art. I mean, that's kind of obviously what's coming. Oh, we haven't spoken about the the obtaining of the totems.
Oh, right. I completely forgot about that because, correct me if I'm wrong, but everything I've seen so far just seems to suggest that these are just kind of like
larger
alternate forms.
Pokemon. Yeah.
There's nothing inherently special. Like, I don't know if they don't say they get a new moveset. They don't have the aura around them, so they don't get those extra buffs. I doubt you'll be able to call in other Pokemon to help you out. It's just you have the totem form now.
Yeah, and that's just what's weird to me, because it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, that's weird.
Increased size does mean increased weight, and so some move mechanics are going to be different when you use it against the totems.
True.
Well, these totems, because they're not technically totems, they're just totem-sized.
Yeah, I don't fully understand that one. I mean, I guess it's cool to have a extra large Gumshoes or Salazzle, but I don't know. It just doesn't fully hook me in any real way. But
hey, we've got the fun of hunting down all the totem stickers.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. It's like I saw the legendaries. I saw the complete form of Zygarde, and I'm like, ooh, maybe we can just catch him, separate, and not actually have to track down all the Zygarde cells this time around. That'd be awesome. By the way, you have these stickers to collect. Damn it!
Let's hope there's not that many of them, but let's face it, of course there will be.
Yeah, there definitely will be, although I have a feeling they're going to be a little easier to find.
Yeah, they won't blend in with the shrubbery so much. They'll be there, and they'll be sparkly, and they'll be in contrast to whatever they're on.
And hopefully it won't be dependent on the time of day.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That was the worst. Not realizing that there was some that can only be found at this time of day when I was first going through and trying to find them all. But no, these seem to be, they have to be stuck to a wall of some kind, some vertical object, and they sparkle, so... And I don't see any reason for stickers to be only found at a certain time of day. It's not an animal, so theoretically this should be easier.
It should be, and let's hope there's like a sticker book which lists where they all are. Well, not just which island they're on, so if we're missing one, we can check, oh, it's on Ula Ula Island, let's go, rather than, I have no idea where this is.
I hope so. I hope so much. And then I want to punch the person who stuck these stickers all over Alola. Oh goodness, that's, well, yeah. That, I guess that is one thing I'm like not exactly excited about, but it also doesn't do anything against me. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
They like making our lives hell, don't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But 15 days. 15 days until this game comes out.
15 days. Oh.
Alright, well I think that covers it for our Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon discussion, so thank you for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to like us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain. And Joe, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Serebii.net or on Twitter at Joe Merrick or at SerebiiNet.
Awesome. And of course, make sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Pokemon and other things gaming as well. Until next time, bye.